So it is July 3rd, and it is about 7 in the morning, very early in the morning. And I just wanted to give you all a garden tour of my garden in the beginning of July. I'm going to try to do a full garden tour right now. I do kind of feel some raindrops, and so we'll see how far I can get with the tour. But I wanted to do a before and after shot of my garden. I will be going on a trip and we'll be gone for 3 weeks. And so I have people helping to water my plants and tend to my garden. And so this will be a good before. And then when I get back, I'll do an after um, video to see how everything went, to see which plant survived and which one thrived. And so I wanted to start off first here on the east side of my backyard. So my backyard, it is south facing. It is kind of messy right now. This is a gardener's mess, and so please excuse all that mess. But this is my garden in the backyard, and it is south facing. And so I wanted to start off here first on this side garden here on the east side, and give you all a full backyard garden tour. This will be my first time doing this, and so I'm kind of nervous. This is the reality of gardening. There are some pretty things and there are some ugly things. And so here is one that's encased in a basket from the dollar store. This is one of my hydrangeas, and I seem to have lost the tag on this one, but I know it's the big one. It might be the firelight hydrangea, and it'll grow to be really tall. That's why I planted it here, so that it could have add some privacy, but not too high, not too big, because I love my neighbors and I still want to be able to communicate and talk to them. And so this one is one of the firelight hydrangeas from Proven Winners, and this was planted here last fall. And so this is its second growing season in my garden, and I have it covered because I don't want the dog to run over it, trample over it, and kill it. And so it is getting kind of big, and so as it gets bigger, I will move the basket out and create put some baskets around it so that at least the dog knows there's something there and he doesn't trample it, and hopefully he'll jump over it. And so that's the only reason why this is encased in a basket for now. And you can see the dog or something happened there and it's bent already. But I love these dollar baskets from the dollar store. It really saved a lot of my plants. All right, so here is I call this the side garden, and last year I had added a border around the garden, made out of tree logs from I think it was my plum tree that we had trimmed. And so we had, my son helped me, and we dug a ditch and we put them in, and so far they are still there. It was not done professionally, I'll tell you that, but I love how it creates a kind of, a beginning and a start to this garden bed. This is the creeping phlox. I have showcased before in my spring videos, and I always have to fight with this dandelion here. I'm gonna try to go fast because I don't want this to be an hour-long tour. These are the Chinese forget-me-nots that were given to us at my cousin's funeral, the seeds, and I started them in the spring, and now they're planted out here and they're doing very well. I have a patch here and then some over there, and I'll show you all how it looks like. This is the peony, the white peony that was given to me by my cousin. This year the blooms did not happen, and it could be because I did not give it enough water. I'm a little sad about that. I think it's about let's see, this peony is about this bed was created in 2023, and I think I added this one the same year, so it must be in its third growing season. These tiger lily dwarf flowers here This is its, I would say, third growing season also. And I got these off of, I think, Longfield. They're doing very well. They're extra tall here, and they bloom earlier than the other ones in my garden because they get full sun. And so that's a good thing to take note. If you ever want to grow these, they like full sun, and they are beautiful and taller this year. I love it. It's about maybe 4 feet tall. And then in between, these are just regular sedum that were part of this house when we purchased it, and I just split and divided it, and they grow everywhere in my garden. I love the sedum. I don't know what brand, what kind it is, but it's very strong and it grows very well. And it is drought tolerant, which I love, and so I don't have to worry about watering it. And that's the reason why I have it planted all the way over here, because it doesn't get a lot of watering, overhead watering from the sprinkler. This bed here has no irrigation, and so I knew that it'll be fine over here. This is a Amsonii that I just planted this year. I think I have the tag here somewhere. Oh gosh, no, I do not. I will put the name on the screen, but this is by Proven Winners. It's an Amsonii. I love it. It's gonna grow tall and have blue flowers on it. This is some pink irises that are done. This is the Sun Pillar, Sunjoy Plum Pillar that was just planted this year also. It's gonna grow tall, about 4 feet tall. This is some white lilies, and I don't have the name of this one either. I ordered this one online, I think, or I can't remember, but this was planted last year. And then this is a Weigela from the front of our house that I transplanted here about 3 years ago, and it's blooming right now. Some Asiatic lilies down there. I have some salvia. I think it's the Violet Riot salvia that I just cut back. And then here's another patch of the Chinese forget-me-nots. And right here also. They're doing very well. This is a forsythia that I got from a local nursery. This is its third growing season. It's doing very well. It's about 4 feet tall right now. Yeah, I love it. It has yellow blooms in the springtime, and so that's why I got that plant to put right here. Here's another Sunjoy Pillar barberry, the same one like the one I just showed, and some more sedum. So that's my side garden right there, and we'll move on to the back of my backyard. This is my attempt at growing an English garden, English cottage garden. Well, actually, an English rose garden. And as you can see, I am still attempting it. In the middle here, so these two beds here were created in 2023 also. This whole entire back here was created in 2023. Actually, I think these two front ones were 2024. These were the no-till gardens. And then the two back here was 2023. And so they are a couple years old. In the front here are some cat's meow nepeta. I had lost a whole bunch of these this past spring and had to replant a whole new ones. They should have gotten as big as this one, and they all died. And I think because I did not water it very well. I'm sorry if I'm moving too fast. I will try to slow down. I don't want to make you guys dizzy. So I had to replant about 11 of these cat's meow nepeta into these beds. It's really sad because if they didn't die, they would have created a beautiful border as big as the one you see right now in the center of the screen, and it would have created a border to wrap around the roses that are in the middle. But it's okay. It's a lesson learned, and sometimes we have to start over, and we just have to be patient as gardeners. These were recently weeded and mulched. That's why they look like this. But it won't last that long. I have these grass that grow like rhizomes from rhizomes, and they just spread everywhere. This is the David Austin, the poet's wife, and this is the aftermath after a couple of days of rain and humidity. This is its third growing season in my garden. I have to come in and do some deadheading. Um, it's supposed to be 4 feet tall, 3 feet wide, something like that, and it is not doing its job. But I am keeping it because I just love the blooms and because it's surviving. So I'm going to keep it. With my roses, what I've noticed and what I've mentioned before in my previous videos is that they die back. They die back all the way to the ground every winter. And in the spring, they grow back from the ground. So I don't know if they'll ever get true to size. We'll see. This is the James Onwick David Austin Rose. And then back here is the, let me get in here. It's one of the Firelight hydrangeas. Quick fire fab. This one will get really big too. I have 2 of these planted in my garden, and I want it to just grow really big and just cover this whole entire area back here. It'll get really big, this one. I just can't remember how big. And then I just have another barberry right there. I think it's Maroon Joy. And then another Violet Riot Salvia. And then this is a phlox. A lot of people are having issues with phlox this year, and so am I. And what I'm thinking is that a lot of the phlox that get overhead watering are getting the powdery mildew, and so that's what I'm thinking is what is happening with mine. Because these over here get overhead from my sprinkler system, and so it had really bad powdery mildew, and I had to cut it back. So this one's a freshly new cut one, and it's growing back fine. I had a couple over here I had to cut back too the other day because it was looking really ugly with a lot of yellow leaves and just dying. And then I'll show you my other phlox that's in my cut flower garden that's doing fine because it gets irrigation from the base. It doesn't get the overhead watering, and it's doing fine. So yeah, lesson learned. I wanted to grow a whole bunch of phlox here because they have a beautiful scent. These were the Illuminary Backlight from Proven Winners. I can't remember the full name. I'll put it on the screen so you can see. But these 2 over here and over there were the backlight, and then the ones that are still here are the let me see, sorry, let me Luminary Pink Lightning. And I love this color, that's why I wanted to plant them. This is its second growing season in my garden, so we'll see if they will bloom for me this year. I feel like it has a little bit of powdery mildew. Do you see that yellow? Yeah, so we'll see how it'll do this year. This is a volunteer coneflower. At least I think that's what it is. We'll wait and see. I'm not gonna pull it out. And this is the Gertrude Jackal David Austin Rose. It's a very late bloomer for me. Every year, it's the last one to flower for me. This year, it looks bigger. It's wider. So we'll see how it does this year. This is the very sad Generous Gardener David Austin Climbing Rose, and it has never climbed up higher than the center of my arch there because it dies back. Every winter it dies back, and then it grows from the ground again. So I don't think it will ever grow tall. What my plan is, next spring or maybe this fall, I'm going to dig it out, transplant it into my cut flower garden, and let it grow low there up a trellis, and then I will get the other rose that's more hardy. I think it's called John Davis. I've shown you all from the previous videos and planted here. That's more hardy and will not die back, should not die back, and have it climb over my arch here one day, hopefully. This is the incredible hydrangea I showed in my previous videos, doing lovely. It's really happy here. I'm so surprised I have so many blooms. I just transplanted it here last year, and I thought it wouldn't be giving me any show this year, and it is. I love it. I love this hidden backyard, back of my garden here. These are the Pinky Winky hydrangea. They're very tall, almost as tall as me. I am 5'1", and so yeah, it has blooms coming. This is its third growing season in my garden. Let's see here. There's some more dwarf lily, tiger lily dwarf. And then another, these are the limelight hydrangeas. These will get really tall also, about 5 feet. I don't see any blooms on it yet. This is another limelight hydrangea, some pink irises, and then some ground cover. This is the limelight tree. I did some really bad pruning on this, so it does not, the shape does not look pretty. I'm gonna stop pruning it because I am not a professional at this. It does not look pretty. This is the one, the quick fire fab, and this one's giving me blooms. The other one isn't, and so it's gonna look really pretty here too. Cover up this whole entire area so we have some privacy. And then here's another limelight hydrangea. Some more pink irises, sedum. This is my Japanese lilac tree. It's getting bigger and bigger every year. It's about 3 years old also. Some more pink irises. And then this is my Declaration lilac tree. It is humongous this year. I didn't do anything to it. I was like, I'm not gonna trim it because I lost a lot of blooms. This year did not give me a full show because I think I trimmed it too late last year and it lost a lot of blooms. So this year I did not touch it at all. It's about 3 years old also, and it is humongous, which I love. And then I just love this view here. This is the front of my back garden. The bird bath here has a hole. It is not keeping water. I need to get rid of it. This is the willow bush. I forgot what it's called. I think it's sage willow. Some irises, and then look at this baptisia. This is the decadent strawberry lemon. I can never remember the name of this one, but it is humongous. This is its third growing season. It must be about 4 to 5 feet tall and wide. I love it. It just fills out this whole entire gap, which is what I want. And then some more phlox and irises, and then this is the dwarf blue delphinium. I have this everywhere in my garden. It self-seeds also, and it transplants very, very well. And so I love this one, the blue against the penstemon, the dark penstemon back here with the pink flowers. And then some more phlox, and then the dwarf tiger lilies, and the very sad clematis bush here that always needs staking every year, and I'm tired of staking it, so I just left it. All right, so I'm gonna move to the next part of my garden here. This is the newest garden bed in my garden. I wanted to create like a path right here, and so I added this in the center of my garden, and mostly because my husband planted this cherry blossom tree right here. It was so small when we planted it last year, and I didn't think it would survive, and it did, and now it's branching out, so I'm super excited. This was a no-till garden bed also. So I have a cat's meow, some irises. I am growing here some of the gomphrena, the dark purple one. I forgot what it's called. I'll put the name on the screen. These are annuals, and they're doing well. And as you can see, the grass just loves to come into this garden bed, so I have to come and weed it out. I just weeded it in mulch just a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and the grass just keeps crawling in here. And I battle with this grass every year, and I don't know if you all have any ideas on how to control this grass. That'd be great. Let me know. I have some flowers in the geraniums in these pots here. I have a beautiful coneflower here. Let me see. I forgot what the name of this is, but it's a yellow coneflower. I'll put it up on the screen. This is one of my newest David Austin roses. I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. This is a Desdemona. I hope it will grow and thrive. And this is a salvia here. And then, oh no, the AC has turned on. This is the hydrangea, the one, yay, it's growing. I forgot the name of this one too. I'm sorry. I will put the name on the screen to show y'all. But this one is a very beautiful hydrangea. Also, this is the Mexican sunflower, which the butterflies love. And I have 3 of these growing in this garden bed. And then some more of the dwarf tiger lily. And then this grass right here. Another baptisia. And verbena. Let me see. I have the tag for this verbena here. Another cat's meow. I love this cat's meow. It gets really big. And then another coneflower. Okay, let's see. What is this called? Magic Show Pink Potion. And this came in as one plant, and then I divided it up and split it into, I think 3. Yeah, 3 plants. And it survived the split and the transplant. I planted this one last fall, and so it's this is its second growing season. It's so pretty. I love it. And then let's see. I have another hydrangea here that's encased. This is the Firelight Tidbit. It won't get too big. That's why I planted it here. This is the Proven Winners Apricot, Honey Apricot Rose that I thought died, but it survived, so yay! The roses are supposed to be edible, and so that's going to be quite interesting. All roses are edible, and so yeah. Here's the hydrangea, another hydrangea here. I'll put the name on the screen. But I'm so glad this survived, and so that's about it for this garden bed, and we're going to move on to another section. So this is my cut flower garden here that was put in about 2023, so it's been about 3 years, and I just love this little gated in garden so my dog doesn't get in there. I have all these plants planted around the cut flower garden. This is a clematis. This is its second growing season here, and it's really happy here. I will put the name on the screen. I can't remember the names of all my plants. And this is the cup and saucer vine that grows very vigorous. When it's hot outside, it is super happy. And so it's been hot the last couple days. It loves hot temperatures, and it just grew like a foot overnight. And it's gonna climb over this arch here. And then I just did a lot of weeding here, so ignore the mess. And I need to mulch the rest of this part here. So let's go ahead and enter my cut flower garden here. Here are the sweet yellow banana peppers, doing really well. And then my eggplants love the heat also, so they got extra tall. Oh, there's some flowers, yay! And then this is my lettuce bed inside the hoop. I only did half of this area here, and then these are some green veggies. And then I'm growing some cucumbers again back here behind the Solomon seal, and some dill, a Cosmo, and then here's my sweet peas. I just cut them back the other day, and now they're blooming again, flushing back so fast. And then here's my watermelon patch. It's gonna get crazy. They love it here. They are growing vines everywhere. It's gonna take over this whole entire garden, which I don't mind at all. Please do. And so I can't wait to bring my little special friend here to pick these watermelon and to eat them fresh from the garden. Here's my dahlia patches. I only grew what survived in my overwintering in my refrigerator. So um, this is all that I have for this year, and I'm fine with it. I don't want to be too overwhelmed. And then here's some nasturtium that are climbing nasturtiums that are going to grow and climb against this fence. And these were direct sowed, and so another nasturtium right here. I will be doing that method from now on, direct sowing the nasturtiums, because it's proving that it's working. I need to come in and cut back this salvia here. Here's some volunteer poppies, and then my caramel phlox, my raw, my David Austin rose here, the raw doll, I think it's what it's called, did not make it. It never grew. I bought it as a root from the David Austin website, and I don't know what happened, and it never branched out and never grew any leaves. And so I dug it out. The roots were fine, but I'm not gonna deal with it anymore. I tossed it. I know it's so wasteful, but I need to stop doing that to myself. Here's some peonies here. You can only do what you can, and you can only do the best that you can. Whatever doesn't work for you, trash it and don't do it again. That's my garden life lesson for you all, okay? You have to do what makes you happy in your garden. Here's some sedum and phlox. Here's the Russian sage. I'm excited about the Russian sage. All of the flowers against this wall here, mainly they are drought tolerant. That's why I'm growing them, because it's very dry and hot against my house here. The verbascum is doing very well. Clematis that is done. Some peony bushes. Here is the other verbascum doing very well, getting really tall, and branching out a lot of flowers. And here's another clematis. This was the pink, dark maroon. Oh, I need a weed there. Dark maroon clematis that almost fell. Transplanted here from my vegetable garden. I am getting rid of my vegetable garden and building a she shed over there. This baptisia is humongous. I love it. It's third growing season here. I'll put the name on the screen. It's humongous, 4 feet. I think it's 4 feet by 4 feet by 3 feet, maybe. Yeah, 4 feet wide, 3 feet tall. Love it. The Russian sage, and then the amazing daisies, Daisy Shasta. I'm laughing at myself because I can't remember any of these names. The Rebecca, some Asiatic lilies that are done. And then this loop around here. This is another David Austin rose. This is the Olivia Austin rose that was sent to me with really yellow leaves. And I couldn't figure out what was going on. I left it like that for weeks and it wouldn't grow. Sorry, excuse me. I am at the tail end of a cold, and so I trimmed back all of the leaves a couple days ago, and it's thriving and it's growing. I sprayed some copper fungicide on it to hopefully nip it in the butt with whatever it was suffering from. This is the Serendipity Allium. This is the cat's pajamas, Nepeta. Some Sonii. Sorry, excuse my neighbor's dogs. And then salvia, some beautiful iris, and this is the Matsumoto flower, and some nigella. Sorry, excuse me. So these are the phlox I was talking about earlier. These are the ones that get irrigation, and so they get no overhead, and they're doing fine, and they have flowers. They're gonna be blooming soon. So I know now the issue is that those phlox over there do not like the overhead. So for now, I'm just gonna leave it. I don't have a solution for it yet. This is some volunteer chamomile that are done, and so I'm gonna let it reseed itself completely until it's dead, and then I will pull it out because I love the reseeding. This is a volunteer alyssum too, which I love. Some volunteer violas. The very sad Queen Sweden. David Austin Rose also not doing very well in my garden. I think I just do not. I am not a rose grower. I don't think that's my gift. I love them because they're beautiful, but I can't seem to grow them. So yeah. I see other Minnesota YouTubers and their roses are beautiful, but mine, not so much. This is the distant drum. I have sprayed this continuously from the sawfly that's attacking it. It is done with its blooming. I just deadheaded it, and I think it'll survive. It'll be fine. This is a verbascum. Again, I love the pink flowers. Look at it. So pretty. And then, yeah, we're back here again, and we're going to move on to the next garden bed and the last one to show you all. Thanks. This is where my vegetable garden used to be, and it had some wood that were rotting. And so we tore it down, and what we plan to do in replacement of the vegetable garden here is to build a shed to store all of our garden tools, supplies, and machinery will go in here. And then all of these plants here that were in front of my garden, vegetable garden bed, will be transplanted. And so as you can see here, I have not paid enough attention. There's a lot of weeds over here. This is a Baptisia, and then some more a magic potion Ribena, some of the pink phlox again, and then this is the Wizard of Oz Verbena. What is it called? Let me see here. Magic Show Wizard of Oz. Veronica. That's what these are called. Not Verbena. Veronicas. Oh my goodness. So this one's a Veronica. Not a Verbena. I knew it started with a V. I was close. And so yeah, and this hollyhock here was a volunteer plant, and this was grown by my father-in-law years ago, and every year it just spreads itself and grows everywhere. And so it's beautiful and it's huge, but hollyhocks are poisonous also, and so you don't want kids or dogs to be eating this plant. And so yeah, this is the future project coming this fall or next spring. A shed will be built here to store all of our garden stuff. So I wanted to also include that in my full garden tour. This is the front of my house, and this one is called the Forgotten Bed. I never remember to come and water or tend or check on this garden bed at all. It is all a full shade garden bed. It does get a little sun in the morning, maybe on this side here, but besides that, I never come and tend to this garden. I just let it grow. This is a maple tree, and so it is competing with the roots of this very old and strong maple tree. And so I'm surprised these hostas are doing well. They've been here. This garden bed must be, it's old, maybe 4 years old. And I've just, and this was here when we purchased the house, but I just planted these hostas 4 or 5 years ago. Everything in here 4 or 5 years ago. I did transplant some flowers right there. This is the Japanese anemone, I think, in the center right there. Everything else are weeds I need to pull out. And so yeah, these hostas really pop out. I love it. My husband really likes it too. It's very pretty. And then this is another forgotten bed right here. These are Asiatic lilies that I did not plant here. Some birds or squirrel did. And yeah, This is the forgotten bed also in my front of my house. And this is an oak tree, and it was planted by the city, and it's really big this year. It's been here ever since we bought the house. I remember when it was so small, and now it's really, really big. And so, yeah, beautiful oak tree. So these are the garden beds in front of my house. I really need to work on making them more curb friendly. Let me show you another garden bed. This is the front entrance of my house, and these are my hydrangeas. This hydrangea has been here ever since we moved here. It's been here for a long time. And these are the limelights. These are all panicle hydrangeas. And these are about 3 to 4 years old also. And hopefully one day will be really tall and just be a hedge. This is the eclipse hydrangea. It gets morning sun and evening shade. Some more hostas. Some ugly looking pots on my front there with a very ugly dirty mat. I'm not going to show that. That's ugly. And some more hostas. This is a plum tree that we need to get rid of. It is dying. So we will be chopping this down. And then here is my hydrangea hedge, the flowerful. So many blooms. I love it. It is beautiful. I love the white flowers here. And I've spoken about these so many times, so I'm not going to go into detail. You all know the flowerful hydrangeas from first edition. Bred here in the state of Minnesota. And that is a wrap for my early July full garden tour. There's a lot of weeding I need to do and a lot of places where I need to add more plants. But you know, we have to think about, like, do we have the energy? Do we have the time? And is it in our budget, right, to get more plants in the garden, added into the garden? This year, what I've noticed is that I did not buy a lot of plants, new plants. I did not add a lot of new plants into my garden, and I focused really on what I have and then just divided and transplanted. And so some years are like that where we just don't have the energy or the time or the budget. And so this year is one of those years. And so that's a full tour of my garden in early July, and I hope you all enjoyed it also. I am very much an amateur doing this all from just knowledge that I get from online sources, and I am still learning every single day with my garden, but I'm loving how it makes me feel peaceful. I could come out here and relax and just be at peace, and my mind could just, just be at peace. And that's why I like gardening. And also, it's healthy. It's a way to get active and to get out there. And even if it's so hot outside, just to look from my windows into the garden and seeing all these colors, it like makes me happy and gives me joy. And so I hope that your garden does the same for you also, and I hope you all enjoyed this garden tour, and we will see you again very soon. And thanks for watching and stopping by. See ya.